Welcome, friends. It's another fantastic night of gaming. I'm Gambit, and welcome to the channel Play It Quick. Today on the table, we've got Hexplore It, The Mountains of Godai by MJDesigns. Let's open it up and see what's inside. The first product we have is a Hexplore It campaign collection. These are the legends, originally only offered digitally. Now they are in hardback. We've got Shadow of the Forsaken Crown, A Taste for Adventure, Corrosive History. So these campaigns are a little shorter than their other campaign books, which span probably 20 hours of gameplay. These are 2 to 3. They're self-contained. Says 1 to 4 players, but it's more likely towards the 1 side just because of how brief they are. You don't get to explore your characters or advance them as much. Lots of entries. Signature artwork that just is dazzling. A Taste for Adventure. Then we've got A Corrosive History. This is the core game. Game guide. Paper is thin in my opinion. Great visuals, and they have examples of about every phase of the game. Hexplore always has this Valor tracker, some achievements that if you're able to accomplish, then you get some perks. Those are for the very dedicated Hexplore It player. And here's some of icons. The rulebook, they released it in one of the updates early, but this is a hefty 110-page manual. So these are the siege portals. This is where the bad guys and various other components are going to spawn out of. These are the elemental die. These feel extremely light. I'm almost afraid that some of the icons or symbols will scratch off or rub off. These are your standard D10 dice and a 1d6, in addition to the 110 manuscript for the rules. There are game placards. Some of them give a summary of what's in the rule books, and some actually has their own rules, items you can purchase. These are the city-states, the Empire of Caprakan. Then you have the Emporium, where you can purchase things, the Empire of Ishidan, and the items you can buy there, the temples, and lots of rules, and it is extremely complex, high-weighted game mechanics. This is the resources. You will need these to build your defenders and to improve your characters as well. All the keywords. Jathi, she is the big bad, the evil. This is what you want to defeat. More keywords. Here's a battle mat. This is how you're going to keep track of everything. This one is much nicer. Obviously, there's a lot more going on in this rules-wise, so they had to include so much more. But the other battle mats from the other volumes was just barely functional. It had a lot less. But here, there is so much that you need to keep track of, and I appreciate that they have so much information here that you can write. Here's conditions, but all placards are markable and erasable. Now we have what is probably the most famous aspect of Hexplore, the roles. here are all the decks in the core game. The Harvest deck changes the conditions of the rounds and the turns. Commission deck is kind of like your side quests. Core villain deck, that's just how the enemy is going to respond. Here's the encounters, the various minions and enemies you'll face. Power-up deck, this is the stats and skills and abilities that you'll improve. And here are the siege deck, the siege opponents. These are the minis that are included in the core box. This is the massive boss Jathi. These two can represent your group or team. You may choose either one. And these are the siege opponents that will be traversing the land, trying to destroy our defenders and city-states. These minis are stretch goals, and the retail version or the basic edition will include just cardboard. These are tracker placards. These are the defenders that you can upgrade to their fortress side. These are the city-states, and then the temples, and then here's the tracking the siege and which wave you're on. Here are all the Punchboard components. Here are all the element tokens. We got some special magnetic tokens, ethereal chains, siege portals, the boss tokens, unsecured discoveries, platinum tokens, which is another currency greater than gold, destroyed city-states, which we hope to never use, cataclysm tiles with different elements. We have various element tokens, which also are double-sided. We have sky tiles, and then these help to elevate it. On the opposite side is a nether tile. Here are the main tiles with the city-state of the Ishidan or the Caprakan. This is the game bar. You set this up depending on which empire you're going to choose, Caprakan or Ishidan. You can mix, and that's everything in the core box. It's a lot. Let's look at the stretch goal pack now. And this is the living card deck to supplement the Mountain of Godai core box. We have a new Empire tile, 4 Primordial Centers, a new Siege Portal, and miscellaneous tokens such as Settlement tokens, Blood Bomb Magic tokens, and Skull tokens. And the final expansion. And lastly, we have Destroyed City-State tokens, Temple tokens, Divine Dragon Lair tokens, Fortify tokens, Waypoint tokens, more Elemental tokens, and the Empire tiles. And that will do it, my friends, for the unboxing of Hexplore It, the Mountains of Godai. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to start with the core box, but let me know in the comments below which expansion I should dive into first, and I will show that in a future video. That will do it for this episode, and I'll see you next time when I play it quick.